I said my son was always a lot thicker, and I liked him that way, and all of a
That's
sudden...
not the way I heard it like that. That hurts.
I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Raton City Commission to order. Could we have a roll call, please, Deb?
Sure. Mayor Sagata,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Schuster, Present. Commissioner Chavez,
Present.
Commissioner Giacomo,
Present.
and Commissioner Chatterley.
Present.
Would you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And thank everybody for coming out tonight, braving the cold and joining us. A couple of announcements we've got. December 27th, 2022 commission meeting will be canceled as adopted in the annual open meetings ordinance. All city offices will also be closed December 26th and January 2nd in observance of the Christmas and New Year's holidays. Our next regular commission meeting will be Tuesday, January 10th, here in the chambers, 6 p.m. And we got a couple of proclamations tonight. First one we got is National Miners Day. Commissioner Chavez.
Miners Heritage Day in Raton, New Mexico, December 6, 2022. Whereas workers in New Mexico's mining industries benefit our society by providing affordable and reliable energy, construction materials, and agricultural materials, provide positive contributions to New Mexico's economy. And whereas work in the mining industry may result in long-term exposure to dust and potential occupation risk of pneumoconiosis, silicosis, and other obstructive lung conditions. And whereas Miners Colfax Medical Center, MCMC, has provided specialized services and care to New Mexico miners since 1898. And whereas MCMC has worked in collaboration with the University of New Mexico and UNM pulmonologist Dr. Ashke Sud on community-centered research to fight mining-related respiratory diseases. And whereas the collaboration will benefit miners by creating new services and assisting them in maintaining not only their pulmonary health, but also other health concerns they may have in the community. And whereas research from this collaboration is designed to improve the response to health concerns that are relevant to miners and mining communities and may result in reduced morbidity and mortality of mining-related diseases and improve the quality of life and medical outcome for miners. Now, therefore, do James Neil Sagata, Mayor of the City of Raton, New Mexico, on behalf of the City of Raton and the Raton City Commission declares December 6th, 2022 as Miners Heritage Day in Raton and recognizes the contributions of New Mexico miners and the importance of the work of MCMC, UNM, and Dr. Sud for the mining industry. New one is therefore he has had his seals, the seal of the City of Raton be affixed on this the 13th day of December. James Neil Sagata. Is anybody here for this?
No, I guess they didn't make it.
Okay.
All right. Now we have another proclamation. Proclamation in recognition and appreciation of Frank Mahana's 50 years at the Arthur Johnson Memorial Library. Whereas the hard work and dedication of Frank Mahana has kept the library's newspaper subscriptions in order for 50 years, helping preserve our local history. And whereas Frank Mahana has been a valuable asset to the Arthur Johnson Memorial Library, not only for his contributions, but has been a pleasure to work with due to his kind, thoughtful, and generous nature. And whereas Frank Mahana has made quite a name for himself through his selfless generosity of his time serving the community, whether it's photographing an event or volunteering as a Raton Lion or a Raton ambassador. And whereas Frank Mahana's passion to volunteer has given him the opportunities to travel to various places such as Nova Scotia, Canada, New Orleans, Disneyland, Reno, Nevada, Cancun, Juarez, and Tijuana, Mexico. And whereas, due to his diligent efforts, Frank Mahana was honored with a Citizenship Award in 1988, the Young New Mexican Award in 1991, and recognized as a Melvin Jones Fellow in 2018. Now therefore do I, James Neal Segata Jr., Mayor of the City of Raton, New Mexico, on behalf of the City of Raton and the Raton City Commission, recognize and express appreciation to Frank Mahana for his exceptional devotion to public service and his many years of hard work, professionalism, successful results, and dedication to the community of Raton. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and seal and caused the seal of the City of Raton to be affixed this 13th day of December, 2022. Smile big for a man. And we're going to get everybody over here. Come on, guys. Except Ronnie. He said, Ronnie, you couldn't come. Okay. You better behave. You better get out of here, Frank. Frankie, thank you for your service.
Yes, everyone's
Okay. The floor is yours, buddy. Wait a minute, Frank, up. Congratulations.
Okay. I'm going to try to read this. I would like to thank all the city commissioners and everybody here. This is an honor to receive. And I am shocked to even not know. I enjoy all I do. God bless you all and a Merry Christmas.
How do you follow that act? Frankie, we just want to thank you for everything you've done, buddy. You are an icon in this community, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Arnie.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right.
Did you hear you're an icon? Yes. Did you hear that? You're an icon?
What's the
A shining
Oh,
star.
Shining star. All righty. Items, citizens present. Anybody wishing to address this commission at this time may do so. Seeing none, we'll move on to business-related items. Item 6A, deliberate and act on approval of November 22nd, 2022 regular meeting minutes. You all should have that in your packet. Chance to go over them.
I didn't find anything. I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, deliberate and act on ordinance 1020, adopting a supplement to ordinance 940 for the city of Raton, New Mexico, and declaring an emergency. Mr. Berry.
Mayor and Commission, this would be the codification ordinance. Codification is something that we do periodically when the Commission has adopted amendments, changes, or additions to the City of Raton Code of Ordinances. The City of Raton does contract with a service that will keep the current ordinance on their website, American Legal. And so that's a good reference for people to get online anytime and look at our ordinances. this will bring us up to date with this action. We have introduced the ordinance at a previous meeting, and it is set up for action by the commission tonight.
All righty. Any questions for Mr. Berry?
Nope.
Take a motion.
I will move to approve ordinance 1020, adopting the supplement to ordinance 940 for the city of Raton, New Mexico, declaring an emergency.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 1020. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, deliberate and act on an agreement between the City of Raton and New Mexico State Library for fiscal year 23 state grant and aid. Mr. Berry.
Mayor, Commission, this is a typical agreement that we would see coming from the New Mexico State Library. This would award $10,254.72 to the Arthur Johnson Memorial Library. The grant could be used for library collections, library staff salaries, library staff professional development, library equipment, or other operational expenditures associated with the delivery of library services as defined in the statute. This is a typical grant agreement. I believe we do this every couple of years.
I believe this is GOB money, right?
Yes, it is, Mayor.
No, it's not? Okay.
So, this one's actually the state grant and aid, so it comes to us from the state library.
Oh, okay.
The GEO bond is the one that's every 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
So we do get, the GEO bond is in this year's budget, and then this would be the state grant and aid for the $10,254.72.
Cool.
I believe, and I'm not sure if this comes in two separate allocations. Sometimes they divvy it up where we get half now and then half in a couple months. So this is a DocuSign, so if you could also give authorization to the city manager to do the electronic signature, we'll get that back to them.
Mayor, we both had a little boo-boo on that, and luckily we got Michael Land back
That's right.
to give us the facts on it.
Keeps us in line.
That's right.
All righty.
I'll make a motion to accept the agreement between the City of Raton, New Mexico and the State Library for the fiscal year 2023 state grant and aid, and allowing Mr. Berry to e-sign the document.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to accept the agreement. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, deliberate and act on amendment of juvenile justice grant budget adjustment request number 1 for this year.
Mayor and Commission, this may seem like deja vu. We did approve this at the last meeting. We're bringing it back to you because the increments for the increase and the decrease need to be divisible by $165, which is the fee per service for each session. So the amounts we had in there before, I apologize, we didn't double check that, and CYFD sent it back and is requesting that we present this to you again with the corrected amounts, so the adjustment will be $11,055.
Okay. Any comments or questions for Ms. Antonucci?
I'll move to approve amendment of juvenile justice grant budget adjustment request number 1.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt amendment for adjustment request number 1. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E, deliberate and act on bid award for Regional Aquatic Center, Schuler's Theater, and Library Building Lighting System Retrofit Project. Mr. Berry.
Mayor, Commission, we have made an effort over the last couple of years to upgrade our lighting from generally fluorescent lighting to LED lighting. Part of that is just the quality of lighting is improved. You remember in City Hall we had very poor lighting before converting it, but also the energy conservation thing. Currently, the City of Raton is proposing with Raton Public Service Company to build a solar array of photovoltaic. That's a good thing to do for our ratepayers here in town, but energy conservation is better than generating more energy. And the LEDs have significant energy efficiency that goes along with them. What we're proposing to do in this project is replace generally fluorescent lighting. It's a pretty extensive lighting system at the Aquatic Center, also at the library, and that's extensive fluorescent lighting as well. At the Shooter Theater, we will limit this to just the emergency lighting, the exit lighting, things related to safety. So there's only a handful of fixtures we replace at the Shooter. We do have more utility work planned for the Shooter at a later time. We did request sealed bids from contractors interested in doing the work. We got 2 sealed bids. You see those bid amounts listed on your recommendation for award. The low bid was submitted by N&K Electric Company, $49,092.38. And then we did have a second bid, Financial Energy Management Incorporated. They bid $78,559. This is a unit price bid, so that is based on the estimate of the fixtures that we would replace, the quantity of different fixtures. We'll true that up at the end of the project, but you see the amount, $49,000 plus to undertake this. This would be paid out of several different sources of funding specific to those 2 buildings. Well, actually, those 3 buildings. And so I've gone through that with you, but you have my recommendation to award the low bid to N&K Electric Company.
All righty, any questions for Mr. Barry?
I make a motion to approve the award.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the award to N&K Electric Company. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, deliberate and act on resolution 2022-62, budget adjustment number 6, fiscal year 2023. Michael Ann?
Mayor and Commission, in your packet, we bring to you this evening a budget adjustment. The general fund, special rev, and economic development fund are just line item adjustments. And then the juvenile justice one, we did have that on the budget adjustment number 5. So this adjustment just reflects the additional $55, which was the correction that we approved this evening. And then we also are entering into a annual maintenance and repair agreement for the digital film equipment that was purchased from the Sonic company at the Schuler Theater. And we're looking to budget that under the Fund 229, which has some funds from the monies that the revenue that we take in from the various Schuler performances. So that'll be enough to cover that annual contract.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Michael Ann?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2022-62, budget adjustment number 6, fiscal year 23.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to adopt resolution 2022-62. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, vote by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Brings us to Mr. Chavez's favorite spot, city manager report.
Thank you, Mayor. I would notify the commission that the city did get notice from local government division of the official closeout of our CDBG project. That was the downtown street construction project that consisted of repaving, drainage, and accessibility improvements to 10 blocks of Raton downtown area. So that is closed out and completed. Also, we have our contractor has completed the repaving of West Colfax Avenue. That was a project that was approximately 1,800 feet in length, and it was overlay of asphalt pavement. So that has been completed. That project was funded through a cooperative agreement grant from NMDOT. Those are 2 of the really numerous infrastructure projects undertaken by the city in 2022. I would tell you that we anticipate a very busy 2023 for infrastructure improvements as well, as we've talked about, and when we get into the new year, we'll talk about what we're planning and coming up. But you know, just one thing is we have 3 street improvement projects which are each over $1 million, about $4 million of street construction that we plan to do. Hopefully we can do all of that in 2023. I would report to the City Commission that Colfax County Commission met today, and they considered Resolution 2022-53, and they approved that resolution. That authorizes the transfer of a 10-acre parcel that is located on the old La Mesa Airfield to the city for the construction of the photovoltaic solar panel array. A little detail on that. The environmental consultant that's been retained by the city of Raton will be on site this week. They will complete the field work. Also, we will get a property survey completed and a plat prepared in early January. And that leaves one detail. The transfer requires the approval of the local government division of DFA and possibly the State Board of Finance. So I have reached out to DFA to begin that process, and we'll work with them. And if we have to go to State Board of Finance, we'll get on their agenda for that as well. Another item, the city clerk has issued the request for proposals for Raton's first metropolitan redevelopment project. This concerns the utilization of the historic Coors building. This project is the next step in a program of downtown revitalization, and it is a partnership between the city of Raton, Grow Raton, New Mexico Main Street, and Raton Main Street. Proposals are due on January 31st, 2023 by interested parties. They can view the RFP on the city's website. That is at ratonnm.gov, or they can come by City Hall and pick up a copy. And then lastly, I would just remind citizens, the owners of vacant buildings are required to register their building. The cycle for the new year began October 1st. Registration annually is required. Payment of a fee is required annually. So notification has gone out to owners that are in our database. They'll be receiving those, but that will be an annual thing, and those are due currently. That's all I have, Mayor.
Mr. Berry. All righty. Any other comments? Commissioner Chatterley.
Merry Christmas.
Commissioner Giacomo.
Nothing there.
Commissioner Chavez.
Ditto.
Mayor Pro Tem.
It's a time record.
14 minutes.
That's amazing. Merry Christmas to everybody.
And same here, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will see you in the new year. This meeting is adjourned.